Hey, okay, so day two on the Mrs. Butterwho project. So went to the store, bought a Mrs. Butterworth bottle. There are a couple of different sizes, um, and I poured it out. Now I hate to do that. You could pour it into a pitcher or something like that, um, but for the sake of getting this project done, I poured it out. Um, but I'm ready for the next step. Here's my head that I created. Doesn't he look awesome, right? So he's going to switch for that head. So this is the first step, and it's kind of the gruesome one. I've just got like a little coping saw here. I'm cutting the head off from one direction and then the other direction. And once you get through that first section, you can kind of rock it or use some scissors to kind of finish it off. And maybe I'll go this way too. There we go. Okay. So there it is. She's gone, right? So I happen to have a couple of dowels.
Sophie Chabris, report to the front office, please.
All right, there we go. Couple of different dowels sizes, right? You could go out in the yard and you could find a couple of sticks, and do this as well. So if I put this in here, what I want to check and see is it tall enough? And oh my gosh, that is just about perfect, because now I'll take like some tape or paper mache to finish that off. But if I wanted it to seat itself in there just a little bit more, I could use my same coping saw and take off that last little bit. And then I know when I put in, oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. That's going to fit perfect. She's going to sit just like that. I can glue her on there, what have you. So now we need some weight at the bottom because this is heavier. So I've got plaster. Okay? Plaster, when you work with it, you should always wear a mask. So I'm going to get some mask out, and you can buy plaster at Walmart or Myers or Lowe's or wherever. What I've got is a funnel. I'm going to put like this, and I've got a cup. Yours will probably come in a bag. I'm just going to keep putting in plaster to my funnel. I'm going to take that stick and work it in so that it's going to fill up half of my headless Mrs. Butterworth. So I think I'm going to have just about enough here. Now, whenever you're working with plaster, it's activated by water and the water should be about a 50-50 mixture with the plaster. I think that's going to be plenty. So I'm going to dump the rest in there like that. So if I fill this thing all the way up and try to add water, I'll never be able to get enough water into Mrs. Butterworth for it to accurately mix with the plaster and become as strong as it possibly can. So halfway, or a little less than halfway, and I've got my water, and I don't even need the funnel. I can just pour this thing right in there. And what I want to do is fill it up almost 3/4 of the way. And watch, it's all going to start to like dissolve down into there, which is good. You can actually watch it kind of penetrating the plaster. And even if I didn't do anything else, just left it like this, it would stiffen up And because it doesn't have to like come out of the plastic ever, it'd be fine, right? But to make it stronger, I'm going to add a little bit more water. To make it a little bit stronger, you want to activate the plaster. So we're just going to go back in with our stick. We're going to stir it up a little bit. And that's plenty of stirring and plenty of water. And now I did forget one thing. I want to have a piece of tape. And I can take some tape and I can kind of tape this in the center. So it's going to sit right there. It's not going to move. This is all going to stiffen up over the course of the next hour, right? But I probably wait for the next day before I put this head on there. And then it's just down to painting it, covering it with some paper or something like that. That'll make it exciting. So I'll probably do one more video where I'm just kind of showing you a few things that you can do. But at this point, I'm just ready to attach this with a little bit of wood glue or expanding foam. Works really great as well. And I am that close to being done with this project. See ya.